That's like living in a dream, that's how you dream. You dream and you go like, oh, I'm in a place that doesn't exist. This is a dream, but oh my God, it feels very real. Well, that's how it feels to be on a set of Andor, The first days on set felt very weird, and I don't know. It was kind of like something I thought too much about, almost, And we waited so long, to get there, because I mean, it is a very ambitious project. We're telling you, like, the first season is 12 episodes, is the length of 4 movies. So the pre-production and the development process of that took ages, so the moment we were actually there, it felt so weird. We were about to start and the pandemic hit. So we had to stop, and coming back, the world was different, and you could tell every protocol and every rule on set was different and changed. The interaction changed. It took me time to start to enjoy the process. But I would say that very soon I realized that we were very lucky to be doing this, not just because of the times and how difficult they were, and how, I mean, just a few productions were actually happening, most of the industry was freezed, but it's not just that. It's this story mattered to me, mattered to the team, and I believe it's pertinent to put it out there. So it felt like we are doing the right thing. We're telling a story about community, about people doing something for your neighbor, bringing change, reacting to a system, an oppressive system. I thought it was like, wow, it's a good time to be talking about the origins of a revolution, and the awakening of a revolutionary in terms of the journey of Cassian. There's so much that this series answers that Rogue One, just questions but doesn't give answers. For me, Rogue One is very much about an event, and now we're gonna get the chance to actually understand and get to know the character, who he is, what pain he carries on. Definitely, what is that past? The early ages of Cassian. He has this line in the film where he says, I've been part of this fight since I was 6 years old. Answering that question, it was really important for me, What does he mean? Why someone at 6 years old needs to be in a fight, or part of a fight? Why would you miss your childhood, And that is an answer we are going to get here. And also with a fantastic and very complicated and very emotional piece of story that Tony Gilroy wrote for that particular time, It is definitely a beautiful gift, and also it's a wonderful challenge, because you never approach storytelling this way. I guess you do when you go into a historical piece, when you go and you say like, okay, this will take place in that event that matters so much for a country or for the world or whatever, and then you go and tell a story, an intimate story that tells you something you don't know about that event. It's kind of like that what we're doing here. So it triggers another part of your brain, in a way. It's creativity at its best. You can't do what you've been asked to all the time, which is try to get to an end that no one sees coming. Here is the opposite. Oh, they'll know. Everyone knows already how this ends. The trick is in telling you a story that you can connect with, that explains how someone gets there, how a man gets to a point where he's willing to sacrifice everything for a cause. What needs to happen to him, That's what this story is about. They're so proud of themselves, so fat and satisfied.
everywhere. They're watching me now.
Soon enough, these days will end.
Stellan is a man I admire, I consider a friend. I've been trying to work with him for a long time, you know. I've been always saying like, oh, what about Stellan Skarsgard? And he's and we were about to work in a movie that never happened. At least it didn't happen with us, but we rehearsed and everything. It didn't happen. And being on set with him was perfect. You know, it felt so right. Felt like I was doing something I owed to myself for a long time, you know. And he's a very humble actor, you know. He arrives to find out what he's capable to do with you. It's important, you know, to say it, because not many actors arrive like that, you know. He's not thinking about what he can bring to the project or what he needs, or it's about what he can do with you. And he's always open and receptive, you know, and looking for new ways to give you another chance. Therefore, he will get one, you know. He thinks that way. He's a beautiful man to work with, and someone you can learn a lot from, without him even trying to teach you, you know, because he's not that kind of person. And he enjoys life a lot, and it's kind of nice to see someone that cares so much about the very little stuff, you know, that matters. B2 it's a fantastic friend, you know. It's like the perfect droid. I have to say that it's a fantastic piece of design. First of all, the team behind it is amazing, you know. He's so expressive. He's so expressive. With very little, he gives you so much. And then the team putting it together, like making it act in the moment. It's three people and their whole team behind, you know, because it's not just them, you know. It was wonderful to work with him, because it's real, it's there, and he interacts with you the way you'll get to see him, you know. There's no things that he couldn't do there that he will do in the series, you know. It's all mechanical, it's all happening, and I don't know, I enjoyed it so much. It was cool. It was weird, to be honest, the first days, because I was like, holy like before with in Rogue One with K2, I was in front of an actor, a great actor, you know. But here with B2, it was a piece of metal moving, you know. But a metal that was as expressive as any actor I've worked with, and as precise too. That's another thing that is not easy. The team making him move and talk is just the best of the best.
There will be no rules going forward.
People are standing up. That's what a reckoning sounds like.
Also, I would say that the designs are part of the writing. And this is something not many do either. Like, Tony doesn't write a scene unless he knows where it's happening. So when you're acting in one place, like, it's not that you're saying these lines and you're choosing, where should I say them? You know, the lines are related to the space. And therefore, that scene can just happen there. And that is a great example of the amount of work we put behind this series, you know. And every piece of, you know, of props and scenarios is there for a reason, you know, and we get to use it. It's not like the background, it's not there, you know. You go and interact with all of these, you know. We built a whole town, the one you see in the first episode, which is huge, you know, and you could walk from one street through an alley and then get to the avenue and go into Vix's place and walk in and find her working, you know, in one shot. Like, you could make that work. that's not normal. That's like living in a dream. That's how you dream. You dream and you go like, oh, I'm in a place that doesn't exist. This is a dream, but oh my God, it feels very real. Well, that's how it feels to be on a set of Andor. Things are actually real. They work. You push a button and something happens. You open, like, I remember my house, for example. Normally you wouldn't do that unless I go to set and I say, well, in this scene I want to open this drawer and get at something out of it. Well, here you would be rehearsing opening a drawer and finding stuff there. The stuff was there just in case you were gonna open the door. That's the amount of work that is put behind the production design and the execution of all those designs by a huge team, that is working in making sure the space looks lived and real, and that things are actually useful, for us. So it's paradise for actors, and that's why everyone in the cast is gonna talk about this, because normally you get to a set where they tell you, don't touch that, don't lean on that wall, because if you lean on it, the whole place will fall apart. And here it's the opposite. Things are real. You almost wanted to stay there.